Sylvester Stallone, the perennial underdog, he defeated Apollo Creed, Ivan Drago, and killed millions of soldiers single-handedly as Rambo. All the more impressive considering he did all of this whilst mostly topless. But what has the health of Sylvester Stallone the man really been like? What is his health and gym routine like now in his mid-70s? Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr Aziz. I'm a physician based in the UK. In this video I'll be covering the life and health of Sylvester Stallone. I couldn't find anything put together regarding Sylvester Stallone's history of health issues, so I decided to put a video together myself after quite a few hours of researching. We'll be going through all of his major surgeries, why he had them, what his health is like today in his 70s, and how he has adapted his diet and training. Those already subscribed to this channel will know that these are original content videos here. Now before we get started, these videos do take a lot of time, research and editing to put together, so it'd be very much appreciated if you could like the video, hit the subscribe and notifications button, and if you could even comment below for the algorithm, that would be amazing. Stallone's health problems began right at birth. It was all caused by a birthing accident. Because his mother suffered from some complications during labor, the obstetrician was forced to use a pair of forceps in order to pull out the baby. The doctor accidentally severed some nerves and caused paralysis in the lower left side of Stallone's face, giving him a drooping lower lip and a rather sneering look. The unfortunate accident also affected his chin, tongue and lips, and this is the reason why Stallone has a slightly slurred speech. Of course, this speech impediment coupled with his thick accent is now part of Stallone's identity, making the famous actor recognizable by his voice alone. Now I could not find which exact nerve was damaged documented anywhere, but I suspect it was the buccal and mandibular branches of the facial nerve, which are the main nerves for facial expression. Rocky movies. Now we come on to Stallone's breakout movie, Rocky 1. You may remember Sly punching slabs of beef. He punched them so hard that he actually managed to flatten out his knuckles. He also pulled an unspecified tendon whilst running in the streets of Philadelphia. A common tendon to pull or even tear is the Achilles tendon at the back of the calf, an injury that is more common as we enter our 30s and 40s, and Sly was in his 30s by now. During the final fight with Apollo Creed, played by Carl Weathers, Stallone suffered bruised ribs. Rocky 2, training with Franco Columbu. Now in preparation for Rocky 2, Sly hired former Mr. Olympia and Arnold Schwarzenegger's regular gym partner for many years, Franco Columbu. When training for Rocky 2, Stallone trained so hard with two-time Mr. Olympia that he tore his pectoralis muscle, resulting in a 4-hour operation. Sly had to change his fight style in the movie. He also made mention later on that this injury left him with so many stitches and scarring that many years later he got a tattoo to cover his shoulder. Escape to Victory. In the movie Escape to Victory, a football movie made in 1981 where Stallone played a goalkeeper, he broke his finger whilst attempting to make a save from the great Pelé. During the movie he also dislocated one of his shoulders and fractured one of his ribs. Rambo 1, First Blood. Stallone suffered musculoskeletal back injuries after having to film this scene multiple times in First Blood. Rocky 4. Stallone mentioned that in Rocky 4 he asked Dolph to hit him as hard as possible, but this ultimately landed Stallone with a bruised heart, raised blood pressure, and he needed to be admitted to intensive care for 9 days of treatment.
Dolph Lundgren got put in the hospital for 9 days. 9 days.
That was Rocky 3.
Yeah, that was 9. I knew I was in trouble when I showed up and none met you. An uppercut caught the ribs, which hit the heart against the rib cage, and it's a thing called a pericardial sac. He said you usually get this in head-on collisions. I said, well, close. Wow. I did hit a bust of sorts.
No, look, all I did was obey orders. Yeah. He was the boss. I did what he told me. But yeah, we finished shooting in Vancouver. We shot the Russian stuff, and I came back to LA, and everybody's, my producer's like, hey Dolph, you got 2 weeks off.
John Rambo, 2008. Stallone made Rambo 4 at the age of 60. On the first day of shooting, whilst running through the jungle, Stallone tore his quadriceps muscle. Expendables in 2010. Sylvester Stallone sustained 14 injuries whilst making the Expendables, including breaking a toe, rupturing his ankle, dislocating both shoulders, and getting a hairline fracture in his neck vertebrae. Stallone commented on this, man, it was 7 guys kicking each other's ass, one guy tougher than the next. No joke, our stunt guys were begging for mercy. Actually, my fight with Stone Cold Steve Austin was so vicious that I ended up getting a hairline fracture in my neck. I'm not joking. I haven't told anyone this, but I had to have a very serious operation afterward, and I now have a metal plate in my neck. He also suffered from bronchitis, a chest infection, and shingles, a painful skin infection during the shooting of this movie. Escape Plan, 2013. Stallone suffered a minor calf injury whilst coming down a ladder in Escape Plan. Stallone also tore his perennial or calf tendon during filming. He commented, I just got this one, 70 20 new stitches. It's a little memento. I've had both shoulders done, my neck done, 2 back operations, Achilles tendon, and now this thing, the perennial tendon, just ruptured. This is the worst effing one ever. I feel like an old athlete. Every time you touch something, it breaks. So how long will Stallone live? I think like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stallone is very smart and looks after his health very well. He also has great genes. Both his parents were alive well into their 90s and both were in fact very active and doing well. I think Stallone will get into his 90s. He's clearly had very low body fat most of his life. He takes great pride in his posture and appearance, and although he has used testosterone and growth hormone, I suspect this was not until later in life and only in mild to moderate amounts. These days, Stallone likes to train with cables and specialized machines which are kinder on his joints. Instead of twice a day, 7 days a week, Stallone mentioned that he trains 3 times a week for approximately 1.5 hours each time. That being said, he's still been caught carrying out some impressive physical feats even in his 70s. So that's basically a summary of Stallone's health and physical issues of considerable physical lifespan. I've done a very similar summary of Arnold Schwarzenegger and his health and cardiac issues. I'll link that here for you to watch. We also mentioned steroid and growth hormone use, and if you're ever wondering how you can spot whether someone is using steroids or growth hormone, then be sure to watch these videos here, which I'll also link for you to watch absolutely free. Anyway, what are your thoughts? What do you think of Stallone, his life, his health, his regime, his steroid, testosterone and growth hormone use? Do post down below. Anyway, I hope you learned something useful and enjoyed this summary. If you want to keep learning about psychology, medicine or life hacks, hit the like, subscribe and notifications button. Any suggestions or comments, feel free to post down below. Until next time, stay safe.